Hello, and welcome again to another episode of Live Action Remorse. I am Roxana,
And I am Nikki.
and today we are taking a much needed reprieve from our doom spiral of absolute suffering by way of two theatrical Winnie the Pooh releases, as well as their effectively sequel, Christopher Robin, um, directed by Mark Forster. And I gotta say, we're gonna take it cool this episode. We're gonna be casual. Everything's gonna be fine. We're not gonna think about the suffering. Um, but that comes after we've once again talked about the news in the world of live action remakes.
Yes.
I yes. Last episode, we spoke on the Tangled remake that is currently in development, and we spoke on the casting of Scarlett Johansson as Mother Gothel. At the time, you said Catherine Hahn is right there. Well, Catherine
Yeah.
Hahn is in fact right there.
Yeah. It looks like they're going with her for that, which it's weird, right? Because like that is good, but the movie's still gonna be fucking dog shit, right?
But what if it isn't because of Better Man director Michael Gracie instead of Greatest Showman director Michael Gracie? What if he brings the heat for no particular reason?
You know what? The movie would be way better if they replaced Rapunzel or Flynn Rider with a CGI monkey. But I just don't think. I think what it comes down to is Reggie's just scared. It's Hollywood politics.
It is Hollywood politics. I'm not gonna deny that at all. If there's anything that this particular movie made me think about, it's the fact that these movies don't have to be ass. They're not obligated to be ass. It,
Uh,
it's okay for them to be good, actually.
yeah. You're not usually very good.
No, they're not. They're not, and I won't deny that. I don't know. I'm feeling relatively chipper after the dourness of our last episode. The last episode was really a lot of us being in a lot of kind of despairing a little about what it means to take something that means something to people and means something to creatives, and then twist it into a form that is actually in a lot of ways soulless. And this is kind of counter to that, not because it's such a wellspring of creativity, but rather just because there is an understanding of what it is that's being adapted, and just saying, just play it straight. Don't try and fix problems that aren't there. Not that Winnie the Pooh really has any problems that people have been complaining about over the years. There's no Winnie the Pooh discourse, thank fucking God.
I'm imagining a
Unless
guy who doesn't like Winnie the Pooh because it's not realistic.
uh
Tigers don't
and that
actually
that
move like that in real life.
I didn't read the book this time around. There wasn't a particular reason. I just kind of felt felt cool. I felt relaxed, okay? I don't need a reason. I don't need to justify myself.
What
I'll
what
read it
else?
eventually.
What else
Mhm.
happened in the news? Was Aristocats canceled last time we recorded?
We talked about that last time.
Okay.
We've already mentioned
What
that.
about the Gaston movie?
The Gaston movie, I haven't heard any updates on the Gaston movie.
Oh, Bambi.
I'm
Bambi might be canceled. I think they're
Bambi might be
saying the
canceled.
director
It
might have
does
dropped out.
not. It currently does not have a director.
Yeah.
Um. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. The Tangled remake got its two leads.
Oh yeah.
They are not particularly known.
Remember when there was like a big outrage because people convinced themselves Rapunzel was going to be black, even though there were no casting announcements?
I don't remember that because I'm trying to cut down on my bullshit.
That's fair. That's fair. It was pretty fucking
Yeah.
bullshit.
I didn't catch that one. I'm pretty glad I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, it was when it was like newly announced. There was some, white woman on TikTok who, posted some black actress who, some people had fan cast and saying, this is who's gonna be playing Rapunzel in the remake. They're literally destroying our culture. And it's like,
I
we're
it's so cool how you don't give a shit about fairy tales until the threat of the outside immigrant dark-skinned monster or whatever the fuck, however you see it, comes in through the periphery, and then all of a sudden we care about fairy tales. Legitimately, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna say it outright because we've been trying to not talk directly about the political landscape in this podcast because this show isn't about that, but fuck these people just without any hesitation whatsoever. They are going to kill us. It's that's all I they're gonna kill us with their bullshit. You gotta not just not acknowledge them but push back. And I know that we've been pushing back against some bullshit on this show already, but I just want to make that clear to anyone listening. If you see the bullshit, push back. If not for the benefit of, like, even if it's not for the other person you're pushing back against, it's so that other people know that this shit isn't gonna go easily and quietly.
Yeah.
I hate it. I didn't know about the Tangled thing. I haven't heard much more about it other than the casting announcements. I assume that they are gonna make it to principal photography.
It looks like it. Fortunately.
How old is this movie again?
Ooh, I think 2012, 2013.
Yes. Oh, this is more sort of ancillary information. We spoke briefly on Dwayne Johnson and Moana, and people, like, what was it, like, the possible internal concern that he wasn't in the trailer because of the upcoming at the time upcoming Oscar campaign for The Smashing Machine. Anyways, Dwayne Johnson has not been nominated for lead actor in The Smashing Machine.
I think the only nomination it got was makeup and
It got
hairstyling.
makeup.
I don't think it got anything
fair.
else.
Oh yeah, and I'm very fond of Kazuhiro, who did the makeup on that movie, and he did Looper, where he made Joseph Gordon-Levitt look faintly like Bruce Willis.
Yes.
But yeah, no, that didn't track at all. So prepare to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson start really knuckling down on that Moana promotional tour. When does that come out again? When does The Suffering end?
I think it's this summer sometime.
I don't know if we mentioned this. Did we mention the hair thing with Moana?
I don't think so.
People noted that when they made the movie, they went out of their way to, like, when they made the original movie, they went out of their way to create, like, literally new hair simulations to get her hair the specific way that it is, the curls and everything, and then they just straightened her hair in the remake.
Huh.
And it feels tinged. I'm not gonna go on a whole thing about it. I'm just saying it feels tinged with something.
That is it's tinged with something.
Yeah,
I mean, when we were talking about the possible, which didn't fucking happen, Black Rapunzel, I thought, a black girl tormented by her hair, you could do something with that. They wouldn't,
They
But
wouldn't, but you could.
there's politics behind the hair.
There's politics behind all of it, and it doesn't mean that you always have to be upset, but that doesn't mean it's not there. I don't know what the politics of Winnie the Pooh would be, though.
We need to invest in beekeeping. We need to protect nature. That's the Winnie the Pooh.
That's the lesson. But yeah, is there anything else we missed, or shall we proceed?
I think that's it.
Okay. So, first we watched The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. This is the first Winnie the Pooh feature film.
Yes.
It is a compilation of free Winnie the Pooh short films, which were also theatrical. Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree from 1966, Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day from 1968, and Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2 from 1974. And this came out in 77. So, yeah. First of all, I didn't even know that when we were watching it, that the first one is from 66 and the last is from 74.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't tell at all that they're like made so far apart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of interesting. There's some new bridging segments with Pooh and the narrator talking. Yeah, it's Winnie the Pooh.
It's Winnie the Pooh. Yeah. I think the big thing, like, I this was probably like my favorite overall movie as like, with like among all the three that we watched. It was a delight. It's so scrunkly in its animation. It's very sketchy. It looks very sketchy in its style. I think the big draw with Winnie the Pooh is just hanging out. these are like, the first one is really a hangout anthology movie, which is a funny way to put it for Winnie the Pooh, but I think it's true. Like, it's you're just kind of spending some time with them. There isn't an overarching narrative. That's only the narrator framing device, so it's just kind of some stuff happens, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to say about this one. I don't know if you had anything.
I do agree with you on the art style. It's cute. I like the voice cast.
It's very cute, yes.
There's some very good gags in this. I remember being very caught off guard by the mole, who was an original character, not from the books. And you know that because he comes up and he says, "'Cause I'm not from the book." He's like, "Why are you going away now?" It's like, "Oh, maybe because I wasn't in the book."
I think it was just sort of, I don't know. It's a testament to how much stronger something can be for being gentle. I don't know. It's a very soft movie, as it should be for a movie based on a book inspired by stuffed toys, by plushes.
Yeah, the framing and format does work because those original like Pooh novels are just basically anthologies of different stories, and
Yeah.
they lean into that, like it being a book and a child's imagination.
Yes. I really enjoyed it. I like it. Just it surprised me in a lot of little ways because I'd never seen it before watching it with you.
No, I hadn't seen it either.
But yeah, it's good.
Man, I thought we'd have fucking something to say about this movie, but
yeah,
no,
it's just nice.
It's a very pleasant movie.
It's very pleasant, and it's like it gets an actual recommendation.
Yes,
like, I actually.
I feel bad not being able to say anything because this was a good movie.
Yes. I think it's just more trying to talk about structure with anthology stuff is a little trickier for me. It kind of isn't one in this case. It's a very momentary, like a movie of many momentary pleasures.
Like, we can't even really go through each short because you look at the shorts and like Pooh gets stuck in a house.
Yes.
And then it's windy. And
we did say something.
Tigger is there.
We did say something about rabbit, which is, why are you losing your mind at Pooh being stuck in your front door when there is functionally no difference between your front door and your back door?
I don't fucking know.
He and Pooh sleep at like the same time. Why aren't you sleeping? Are you okay, dude?
I
Mhm.
this movie, made me feel like a child.
Yeah, that's really it's just a really lovely time, and if you watch it with someone that you care about, it's a very good experience. There was something funny that I was talking with a friend last night we after we watched Christopher Robin, and I just straight up said to him, I was like, "Look, I don't know what I'm gonna say tomorrow because there's not a lot to say," and then he said the episode is just gonna be you two going, "Yeah, it's good," and then like standing in front of a window, like nodding, just kind of basking in the enjoyment of it after the nightmare of the last episode. The next one was it was just called Winnie the Pooh, right?
Yes. Normally we do, the direct to video sequels.
Yeah.
But there are like 10 Pooh movies in between these two non theatrical, and I didn't. I'm glad we didn't, because what I thought would happen is happening, is that wouldn't have much to say. If we didn't have much to say about the original Pooh movie, how much are we gonna have to say about the Heffalump movie, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's okay that we like, at best, if we really want to. I don't think we really want to, but if we do want to, we can double back at some point.
Yeah,
But I don't think we will.
yeah. So we
We're free
skipped
to
all
make
the
the
way
choice later.
forward to 2011. It's just called
Yes.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
This one is also theatrical. It's kind of noted as like a revival of the series, even though when you look at the history, it didn't really go anywhere, right?
No, no. It's very consistent because it's Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. This does take some inspiration from some of the A. A. Milne books, but it does have
Hmm.
much more of a beginning to end narrative than the Many
Yeah,
Adventures
yeah,
of Winnie the
yeah.
Pooh. Um,
Sometimes a little bit to its detriment, but it's fine.
yeah. This is the final traditionally animated film by Disney's main animation division.
This made me sad.
Yeah, that does make me
This
sad.
was.
This was
I
2011,
hope.
so
I hope
14
for the
or
day that.
15 years now.
Mhm. I hope for the day that maybe it'll be different, but I don't know. Maybe it won't. Well, we'll see. We're not talking about the pain right now. We'll get back to the pain soon enough. There's more than enough to spare. um, but yeah, it's just a little bit to Winnie the Pooh's detriment that it's more of a front to back narrative, because you kind of have to make more of a thing of it, and that kind of loses some of the gentle appeal to Winnie the Pooh. I think like kind of hyper narrativizing it is it's tricky in a way that, I don't know, if I were making a Winnie the Pooh movie, which I technically could because it is in the public domain. No,
Yes.
we're not talking about that.
No, it's in the public domain, but no one has made any movies with it since it's
Yeah, no
become in the
one has made
public
any
domain. No one
movies
has done anything
at
with
all.
it. It's so
No.
weird. Someone
Yeah.
should do that. Someone should do something fun for all ages
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're
and
right. Yeah.
good movies. Someone should make a good
Good
movie,
movies.
a movie that's good.
the the acid is teasing at the edges of our vision.
We're not watching it.
We're not. Oh yeah, I want to. We're not. I don't think that like that never even came up in conversation once when we were watching this. Like I mentioned once, and that was it. And then we never considered watching some non-existent movies. What movies are you talking about? What?
No, I have no idea.
I guess. Wait. I'm realizing now there are probably people who don't know about those. Should I say something? I don't think my mom even knows.
We don't have to say anything.
I'll keep it simple. There are some movies, some horror movies, that use the name and face of this beloved, gentle, beautiful thing and use it for some clout. And that's all you need to know. We're not gonna suffer right now. I'm too busy. I had a good time. God damn it, I'm gonna keep it that way. I do still think Winnie the Pooh is lovely. Maybe some characters are a little like Pooh gets a slightly flanderized, in my opinion, but again, it's not that big of a deal. He's still voiced by, I mean, he wasn't in the first one, obviously, but he's voiced by Jim Cummings, and
Yes.
he's fantastic as always.
It's Tom Kenny.
Tom Kenny plays Rabbit, and it throws me. It was very distracting, genuinely. The more time passed, the more all I could think was, I can hear SpongeBob. I don't think I should be hearing SpongeBob. It's not even that he has no versatility, just this specific voice that he was doing for Rabbit kind of sounded like his normal SpongeBob voice. You remember that episode? When SpongeBob's normal? I am normal.
But yeah, I guess I should mention that if you aren't aware, the actor Jim Cummings has been voicing both Winnie the Pooh and Tigger since the late 80s up till today.
Yes.
And you know he's great in the role. He's the definitive Pooh voice. The original guy was great. I do prefer Cummings.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm happy to have him around, hopefully forever. He's fucking 73 now, so he can still do the voice. Yeah. So
he can still do it. He's been on a podcast talking about the work, and you know he's great. And I think it's one of those things, because you know to let the preceding movie kind of bleed into this one. You know, we talked a little bit about and hint the studio not recasting Pooh or Tigger for Christopher Robin. Nikki kind of came to the conclusion that it's just too hard to recast, and there isn't much more than that. Like, it wouldn't have been based on outcry. It's just, how do you get someone to voice these two?
Yeah, it's, you know, I think, well, you know, like, they fucking did Chris Pratt for Mario, even though the Charles Martinet voice was so iconic. But like with Winnie the Pooh, you know, most people wouldn't care, you know, if they got a celebrity to do it, but they'd go to see the movie and they'd hear them talk. They'd say, "That's wrong.
That's not Pooh." It's
Pooh,
why like
he has a very distinctive voice. I'm sure another talented voice actor could step into the shoes.
But
will you know, just a random celebrity that's too tall of a task for someone. And like I said, the only people you could do are people who aren't already big names. So at that point, just fucking get.
Yeah, that's how. At that point, yeah, exactly. It's voice actors. Let's just say it outright. Get fucking voice actors for your movies, please. I've had such a tremendous respect for voice actors and voice acting for so long, and then I see them proceed to get dumped on consistently every time a major theatrical release comes out. I can say there was another example of them not recasting because it probably just would have been more difficult, and that was when they made Scoob and Frank Welker just still played Scooby.
Yeah.
Because that's Scooby.
But they recast Matthew Lillard, those goddamn bastards.
With Will Forte, Abraham Lincoln himself.
Like, a house divided against itself cannot stand, dude.
Just voice actors. Just do it. That's what I gotta say about that. Just do it.
Do it. To try and circle back, the voice cast is good. In the 2011 movie. I guess I can say I can do a plot synopsis for this one. Yay!
Yes.
Christopher Robin disappears and he leaves a note saying that he's gone off and he'll be back soon. But they can't read, and they interpret
Yeah, they
the
cannot
letter
read.
as being as him saying that he's been captured or eaten or attacked by a creature called the Baxen. And so they go out to,
Baxen.
make this big elaborate trap to capture the Baxen. Kind of, if you've read the books, it's kind of like, the capturing heffalumps and woozles. They have heffalump holes. You see that in Christopher Robin.
Yes.
Um, but they fall. They spend like 30 minutes in the hole because they fall in the hole. Um, and yeah, it's more just kind of chill. Like it has that plot, but like I mean, from the start that there is no Baxen, so there aren't really any stakes, right? Um,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's not really
it's just a hangout
that.
movie.
Yeah. It's. I mean, sometimes it kind of moves away from the hangout stuff because of how big a deal they make about the Baxen.
Yeah.
But it gets a lot more wacky hijinks vibes.
Mhm.
But um, I think overall, like that lack of real stakes where you understand, like it's kind of a dramatic irony thing where you understand the situation and they don't. It makes it a little more much about everything, but it's still it's still a very pleasant movie. One sequence I want to give a special shout out to, in the face of this being the final traditionally animated Disney film, is the actual Baxen musical number, which is all drawn in chalk styling,
Mhm.
which is a lovely sequence with regards to the animation. And I think that's a big thing. It's like we mentioned this when we watched it, but they did go out on a good note. Like you said they went out with their dignity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
there's a lot of lovely character animation in this, and I really, it's just a real treat to watch. And also, you can see something else on the horizon, neutral this time. Um, the two songwriters, Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez, I think they did the songs for this movie, and they later went on to do the songs for Frozen, which would torment many a parent for
Yes.
like 2 years straight.
Kristen Anderson Lopez also voiced Kanga in this movie. Fun
I
fun
did not know
fact.
that. I did
Yes.
not know that.
I'm looking at
That's
her
that's
like
that's neat.
Wikipedia, and it seems she's like done basically no other voice acting other than Kanga in this movie.
It sounds like one of those situations where they heard her and they were like maybe she did a temp track and they said just do it,
Yeah.
because that's how these things tend to go.
It's not a big role, but
Yeah, yeah.
I talked to you
That's
about the original
mhm,
Eeyore voice actor was, a
mhm,
veteran
mhm.
Disney animator who wasn't a voice
Yes,
actor, and just the rest of
yes,
the
yes.
staff was like, this guy sounds like Eeyore because he's grumpy all the time, and he does a great Eeyore. You wouldn't know
He
he's not a
does. Yeah, yeah.
professional voice actor.
Yes. The dread still hangs over me that at some point they're gonna do a Frozen live action remake.
Yeah,
I'm really surprised. Like, you know what I think? I think they might be thinking that they want to keep it in the holster until things get really bad. I
break
think we're gonna
glass in
see
case
it.
of emergency.
Yes, like I think we're gonna see that if Avengers bombs, which I think it will. But that's beside the point. It's a lovely movie, which for some odd reason is closed by a song sung by Zoe Deschanel.
Leave Zoe
That's.
Deschanel alone. She's a
I'm
good
not saying
singer.
anything. I'm not saying anything bad about her. I'm just saying it threw me off.
I didn't fucking play the Winnie the Pooh learned how to read games on PS1 for this episode, so we might just have to move on.
One thing I want to note before we move on to the main event here, um, is the cameo at the end, by
Yes.
Huell Hauser as the Baxen.
Yes, there's a post-credit scene in Winnie the Pooh 2011 where you find out that there is a real Baxen that does look how he was described,
Yes.
but he's a big baby,
Yes.
and he's voiced by Huell Hauser.
Yes. One other thing is, once again, an example of an animator. I didn't even notice this. Eeyore was played by Bud Lucky. If you don't know who Bud Lucky is, or was, he was in The Incredibles. He was the old man that worked with Bob Parr. He was part of the agency that was helping hide the superheroes.
Mm.
And he used to be an animator. So there's a lot of animators who are very good voice actors.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, it's a good way out for the traditional animation, and I hope that traditional animation comes back into the fold someday soon. There's no reason why it can't. I've been told that the infrastructure isn't there, and you know what? I don't believe anyone who says that, because I don't believe it. The studios will tell you
Telling
that,
me
the
Ireland
infrastructure
can create a 2D animation studio that gets something out every like 2 or 3 years, but America
Yes.
can't.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying it'll be just as it was in the past. I'm just saying that it. I'm just saying it's possible.
Whoa, epic Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh Angry Men reference.
John Feidler enters the chat. But yeah, I think it's time to move on to the main reason we're here, right? The
Yes.
Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin, 2018, by Mark Forster.
Yes.
This is
Director of Quantum of Solace.
Director of Quantum of Solace and some good.
That was the first thing you said.
Yes. This isn't really a remake. This is kind of a legacy sequel, I guess you would call it. It is about a now adult Christopher Robin who is found by Winnie the Pooh and must try and reconnect with his childhood friends amongst his busy work life, because he's a business dad. He's a family movie business dad. He needs to learn what's important.
But it's too early for him to throw a cell phone into the...
Yes. He has to throw an old phone booth into the river. This is a little bit meta inspired by the real Christopher Robin. You weren't aware, the creator Winnie the Pooh, A.A. Milne, based these stories off of his own son Christopher Robin and his real toys. And as Christopher Robin grew older, he kind of grew to resent his association with Winnie the Pooh a bit.
Yes.
He talked about being bullied very, very relentlessly in his schooling for being Christopher Robin. And I don't think it was much better when he joined the military in World War One. It seemed when he got much older, he found peace with it. He became all right with it. He appreciated it in some way. He said by the end of his life that it was a love-hate relationship with Winnie the Pooh.
It's very understandable.
Yeah, so that kind of helped inform this movie, which is not at all really accurate to the real Christopher Robin, but it is accurate that this Christopher Robin has kind of lost touch with that and become kind of jaded towards what he loved as a child.
I think crucially, because a lot of the time when you have plots like this, because I want to make it clear, this plot is very rote. It's very well worn.
Incredibly rote.
yes, like, but it's a testament to that thing that I think about often that Roger Ebert said, that it's not what it's about, but how it's about it. Um, One crucial thing that I feel separates the movie from a lot of others of its ilk is that Christopher Robin as a character is not an asshole. The key focus is that he is lost. You know,
Yes.
just he's like McGregor, who's very good, yeah, as usual in the movie. Like, he that's the main thing that he foregrounds in his performance, is that he's sort of lost and doesn't, he's lost his way and his path, and he doesn't, really know who he is outside of the terms and conditions set before him of being an adult.
Hmm.
And I think the fact that he's not unkind, as opposed to a lot of these narratives where the dad's like a dickhead and a jackass
Yeah,
who's like
it's
obsessed with the work.
he he's very into, he needs to learn the lesson that work isn't the most important thing in the world, and he needs to put his family first. But like the things he
Yeah,
does aren't like, cartoonishly terrible. He has to work on the
yeah,
weekend because it's a massive fucking project, and
yeah.
so he has to cancel it on his kids, or on his kid. But like he's still, out there, and he's like, he still straight up says, she's way more important to me than any work, and he has to. It's kind of a thing where he has to say it out loud to really register it subconsciously,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's helped that it's fucking Ewan McGregor, and
He's good.
he's a good great actor, and he's doing great in this.
We were when we were watching it, we were talking about, like, it's just like, oh, like you said, that you initially thought, I wonder what it was working, acting against nothing, but then you remembered he was in the prequel,
Yeah,
the Star Wars
it's like,
prequels. It's just like he's been in those
yeah,
minds. He was among the first.
he is uniquely qualified to act against, CG creatures.
Yes. But also, there were numerous times where it did sound like Jim Cummings was on location or on set with him.
Yes.
So, I'm sure that they did that as much as they could, and I'm sure it was a little easier with Jim Cummings as compared to some of the other actors who, they're they're screen actors who are typically, busy and can't go around as much, and then Jim Cummings is here like, yeah, I'm not going to any other sets because I'm a voice actor. So I'm sure it was a little easier. And to be clear, like, Cummings does get to do a lot specifically as Pooh. Like, Pooh is not decentered in this movie, thankfully. Like, for a long stretch, it's kind of a buddy comedy between him and Christopher Robin, which I like about that.
Yeah.
He's I want to say that you know as good as Cummings always is, he is really good in this.
Yeah, he gets the tone, and he alters his Pooh voice accordingly.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
he
I
helps make
uh,
this already very adorable character even more adorable.
I'm on the verge of tears hearing him be so lost and looking for his friends. I'm like, my baby.
Like
And that
Christopher Robin
mm,
is like, I haven't thought of you. It's like, oh, I have to go back. I haven't thought of you guys in 30 years. And Winnie the Pooh is like, but I thought of you every day. And I'm like,
uh, my baby, my baby. And like that dovetails neatly into design decisions that they made. We have both in advance and in the moment, complained about the adherence to aesthetic. We'll call it realism, at least the aspirations of realism. You know, what if this candelabra looked like an actual candelabra and you couldn't see his fucking facial expressions?
mhm.
What if this lion looked like an actual lion and he has no facial expressions? Um, but here, they start from the logical place of these characters being inspired by stuffed animals, and just kind of move from there, and they play with that. They play with the logic of them being stuffed animals, and he's adorable. Every time he looks at him with those little eyes, I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Oh my god. His little
This movie got
eyes.
this movie got a visual effects Oscar nomination at the time, and I would say it was well deserved, not just for the character animation, which is excellent, but also just the overall stuff like the set extensions and the like that were done in the London sequences.
Yes.
It's a pretty well crafted movie, which is nice.
It is a
You
well
know,
made movie. I remember like early on when you kind of see the montage of Christopher Robin's life in between, the time jump to him being an adult.
mm-hmm,
I've been
mm-hmm.
like, oh shit, this is like
Yes,
a real ass movie. You know,
yeah, it's a real movie. That's
they
that's
they
the big thing.
they present it all very neatly, very packs an emotional punch.
Yes,
With no words, really. Um,
it's just very reliable
Very
in that
reliable.
sense.
It looks very good. It's shot like a Terrence Malick movie at times, which is really fucking funny. And that's not derogatory. I think it just
Yeah, yeah,
genuinely
yeah.
helps the movie where I'm like, this is kind of dumb, but it's
You
also
made.
it's
Mm,
it's like that I think it helps out like the tonal balance of how it's Winnie the Pooh and it's not fucking serious, but it's you need to live your life, which is serious. And
yeah, I think that they lean into the absurdity in ways that
so
are
when you
are
have
neat.
that, very artistic framing, and then you have this little talking teddy bear in the middle, I think that that helps the duality of it.
Yeah, yeah. It's good. There's good contrast. And hey, this movie's a testament to how you don't like a lot of complaints about modern studio cinematography aren't just about the lack of saturation, because this movie is not very saturated and it looks lovely throughout.
Yes.
It earns its saturation, I should say, because you get to like the last shot and it's like, okay, we're here and he's wearing the red sweater next to Pooh, and it's like, this is good. This feels comfy. It is a good movie. Again, like I would not hesitate to recommend all three of these movies.
Yes,
They're yeah.
I'll just say this is easily the best lineup, best most consistent lineup we've had so far. Um, it might be the best we'll ever get. We'll see with 101 Dalmatians.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, these are all good movies. Christopher Robin's a very good movie. I do want to go back to Ewan. Ewan, his performance is great. He's the center of it. It helps that he's just
Yes.
already one of my favorite actors. There's one scene
Yes, yes.
that really got to me emotionally, and I pointed out to you at the time where him and Pooh are in the 100 Acre Woods and they're trying to find everyone, and he gives Pooh a compass to follow north, but he only follows it north for like a bit, and he stops looking at the compass and just keeps walking. And Christopher Robin, who needs to go back and do his business shit, he gets mad at Pooh and he yells at Pooh, and Pooh is so sad, and then he like leaves him. And I remember thinking like, having to yell at Winnie the Pooh would be so fucking hard for me to do, like as an actor. I couldn't
Yeah.
fucking do it. He doesn't know any better. He's just a little guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to make him feel
Oh boy.
bad. I just want to give him hugs.
He's
Look at
just a
his
little
little
guy.
eyes.
um God, what's the next remake we gotta do, or
I
whatever
believe
it
it
is?
is Aladdin.
So like you've been treated because you've mentioned that Aladdin is something that means something to you, and now we're gonna be doing that, and you're probably gonna not be happy.
I don't want to think about that right now.
Okay, yeah, no, we're okay, we're okay, we're okay.
This movie's funny at times. I like
Yes,
Winnie
yes.
and his balloon. and
His
he
little balloon.
tracks honey all over the floor. And he's just a little guy.
He's a little guy.
If you want to watch a
Mhm.
movie with a little fucking guy, watch this movie. Holy shit.
Mhm. Yeah, he's. I think that's like the main drawing point for the movie is, do you want to see a little guy? Do you want to spend some time with a little guy? And you know, this really nails that. He fills that circle very neatly. Also, Matt Berry shows up for like for like 30 seconds. And that startled me a little bit. I was just like, "Duh, it's him." And then I think I think a lovely thing I want to note is relating to the end of the movie. There is a cameo by one of the, I can't remember which Sherman brother it is. It's one of the Sherman brothers who he co-wrote the Winnie the Pooh theme itself, and he was a staple of the of Disney for a long time, and he lived a long time, and he has a lovely cameo where he's playing piano on the beach. The little guys of the 100 Acre Wood are just chilling on the beach, and I think that's a lovely note to go out on. I thought that was
Yes.
nice. We're not even. We didn't. I don't even think we got to a full hour.
I talked about Ewan. Rabbit
Oh,
is a real
Rabbit
rabbit
is a
instead of
real
a
rabbit,
plush,
and
and I didn't like that. That's my
that's
biggest
odd.
complaint. Um,
It's really odd.
the third act. I want to say the third act chase gets boring, but it isn't boring because Winnie and Tigger are still really fucking fun in it. So,
Yeah, yeah, but
um,
it's I did feel when we were watching it that the back half was a little lesser than the front half.
yeah, yeah. I think I'll definitely say that the first half is better. It's
The first half is much more true to Winnie the Pooh as a thing, like as an
mhm.
object,
The first
and
is
then
very focused. It's
yes,
Winnie and Christopher butting heads, um, and then
it,
the
it does. Mhm.
second half is like, oh, we have to go get his files back to him in London, and it's this kind of half baked adventure.
Yeah, yeah. It feels like the kind of movie that they would have made it if there weren't some people pushing back a little bit.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, we can have the typical family adventure spine of it if you just give us this first half to just be in the 100 Acre Wood and be with Christopher Robin for a while. Like the second act is the strongest stuff when he actually
Yeah,
gets to the 100 Acre Wood. But it
seeing
is pretty focused until it kind of spins into that kind of cliche stuff.
even just like the first half where you get that fish out of water stuff for Winnie in London, not really knowing how to
Mm-hmm.
interact with people is very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, People looking at this grown man talking to a teddy bear and thinking, that should be illegal.
What was it you said? 50 years.
I said that in this time in England, if someone saw you doing that, you'd be sent to a psychiatric hospital for 50 years immediately. Like some
um,
lady comes into his like train cabin and he's like, "Oh, there's
and
no
it's the same one
space."
that
And
it
yeah,
it's
and she looks at the other seat and it's just Winnie there and she's like, "Okay, you're insane."
I mentioned this, but one thing I like is that the little 100 Acre Wood guys are like, even when they're supposed to be inanimate in the eyes of other people, they're always moving just a little bit, and you can see it, but you can also see why other people wouldn't see it.
Yeah, there's a great bit at like the very end where they have all the
Mhm.
animals under their arms, and his rival at work has just kind of
His
been
boss.
embarrassed, maybe forced out
Mhm.
of the company, and like he's the only one. He's like he can see it, but he's not sure if he saw it or not. Because it's
That
just they're
donkey
just
was
sitting
staring
there.
at me.
It's like did they move their eyes?
It's like I think that's something. It's like the characters are really thoughtfully designed, where it's a good midpoint between like a new design and the known stuffed animals that
Yes.
Christopher Robin had in real life.
Hmm.
You know, like basically they use that as a starting point and then do what they have to so that they can properly emote, because that's an important part. They actually emote in this movie.
Oh my
You
god,
can see
yes,
their
they
faces
actually emote.
emoting, and it's lovely. It's a lot, like, big props to the visual effects team that pulled off a lot of this stuff, because it's quite
Absolutely.
good stuff.
The effects in this are legitimately very great.
Yes. Um but yeah, I think that might be it.
Man, I got nothing. It's a good
No,
movie.
no. It's a good movie, but it's very gentle as it should be. And I honestly, it's probably a good thing that we don't have that much to say
Yeah.
about any of these. You know, like, it's not that speaking positively on things is necessarily harder. Just for this type of movie, it's a little
Yeah.
more tricky.
There are plenty of movies that, I could talk about for, 2 hours because I love
Yeah,
them so
yeah.
much. But this is just
These are gentle.
it's gentle. It's very by the numbers, so you can't really go
Yeah.
much into the narrative. And
Yeah.
it's exactly what you fucking want it to be. It's not
It's
gonna
what you want it to
surprise
be is the
you.
important part.
It's not gonna blow your
Yeah.
mind, but it's a very good movie.
It's a good movie, and we recommend all three of these.
Yes.
Um,
How would you
mhm.
rank all three of these?
I would rank it The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, then Christopher Robin, then Winnie the Pooh, 2009. I would.
2011.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, 2011.
it might be
But
recency
yeah, that's my.
bias, but I'd put Christopher Robin on top, and then
Yes.
Many Adventures in 2011. 2011 is not bad. I would still recommend it. I gave it like a
Yes.
7 out of 10. It's just, you know, it's fine. It's a fucking Winnie the Pooh movie. What do you?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Also, like, I just want to note this on the way out. That Alex Ross Perry and Tom McCarthy worked on the screenplay for Christopher Robin, which throws me really hard. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Tom McCarthy with just the strangest filmography. Um, I did also find out that Chris O'Dowd was set to voice Tigger, but then test audience reacted negatively because that's not Tigger.
that is, I fucking love Chris O'Dowd.
Yes, he's good.
Completely correct choice to not do him. It's Jim
Oh no,
Cummings. You can't
yeah.
fucking do someone other than Jim Cummings.
Well, possibly Tigger is more difficult than
The
than
wonderful thing
Pooh.
about Tiggers is I'm the only one. I love
um,
Tigger. I love
Tigger's a
Tigger.
guy.
I love Winnie. I love
I
my
love these guys.
friends. I
I
love
love these guys.
picnics with my buddies.
I think that's it. You know, like, it. We had a good time, and we, again, like I said, we really needed this. So before we return to the pain.
I guess in my live action remake ranking, I put this number one.
Yeah, I will put this number one too. It's
Yeah.
pretty easily. I think it's the same as before. Just move everything down and put Christopher Robin at the top.
Yes.
I still like everything where it's at. Um, and honestly, yeah, we usually rank like all of them after that, right? Like
Yeah, but
all the
I'm
movies we've
realizing that
seen.
I didn't put Pete's Dragon in the ranking, so I don't know where it's supposed to go. I know
Which
Beauty
Pete's
and the Beast.
Dragon
I also
movie?
forgot to put Beauty and the Beast in the written down ranking, but I know exactly where that goes on both of our lists. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I
We
think I
know where that
said
belongs.
Pete's Dragon
More
was better
like
than
belongs in the trash.
Maleficent.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so I think my ranking is Christopher Robin, Cinderella, Pete's Dragon, Maleficent, Jungle Book, Alice in the Wonderland, Alice Through the Looking Glass, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, that's about right.
All right.
I'm pretty much there with you. I think our rankings have for the time being just they look the same.
Yeah, they used to be slightly
um
different than no.
then they moved and I got mad. I got mad at the world. The acid bubbled up inside me. But not when I was watching these.
It's you know what's fucked up is going to be a long time before Christopher Robin has any competition for that number one spot. With
I don't
Cruella, which we both enjoy. And then
Yes,
after that, there will
Cruella.
be no competition.
That depends on how you feel about David Lowery Peter Pan.
It will probably be better than most of these. I would be very,
Yes.
very surprised if it's my number one.
Oh, it won't be. I don't think it'll be number one. Just I think it'll. I think it'll be higher up there.
Yeah, it'll be
I
higher
think
up, but it won't be better than Christopher Robin.
people are like, "Oh, it's a fake movie." And it's just like I think you're saying it's a fake movie because of its context and not because of its actual text.
Yeah.
Like that still looks like a David Lowery movie to me, and everyone's like, "Oh, the Green Knight looks so good, and this looks like ass." And it's like they look the same. Photographically, they look very similar. Shut up. But yeah, I believe that's our episode. Apologies for the both of us not having much to say, but
Guys,
that's
it's
what
Winnie the
happens when the
Pooh.
movie isn't.
It's
There's
for
Winnie the Pooh,
babies.
and
It's very,
it's
very good for babies. But it is for
yes,
babies.
yes, and it's good when like because again, everything is a fucking nightmare right now. We needed Winnie the Pooh for a second before getting back to the bullshit. um, but yeah, it was lovely, and I'm glad. I think that was like I was just very happy to share these with you in general.
Yes, I
Just
I want to
watching these with you.
reiterate, recommend all three of these. If you've never seen them, I went into the first two thinking, these are kind of gonna be for like little kids. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah,
They made me
and if
feel
you
like
have
like a little
kids,
kid again.
yeah,
If you have
if you
kids,
have
fucking
kids,
show them these. These are great for
yes,
kids.
please,
They're very low
genuinely, I urge you.
stimulation, even for the very very little ones. Um,
Yes, it's lovely.
they're lovely movies, lovely characters. And if they fucking end up loving Winnie the Pooh, you can watch those 10 that we skipped. You can watch the Tigger movie.
I'm
And
glad
they're
we
like
didn't
the
do that. Looking
four
back,
different Winnie the Pooh shows. And
yeah.
not Winnie the Pooh Blood Money.
No, don't talk. Don't. That's about it, right?
That's about it. Come back next time where I believe we'll talk about Aladdin starring William Smith.
Yes. Willie. Actually, that's not his name. His name is Willard, not William.
His name was Willard?
His name is Willard Smith. It's not. It's not William.
Like Fred Willard?
Yeah, like Fred Willard.
Oh, fuck?
I remember reading it. I was like, what do you mean his name's not William? That's a William. It's not a Willard.
I can't believe Willard Smith slapped the rock.
Yes. Willard Smith slapped the Chris Rock, not the Rock. Uh, um. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, listeners, for listening once again, and we will see you next time.
Oh, and if we didn't mention last time, we are now on all the major podcast platforms. We are on
Yes, we are on all
Spotify. We are on Apple Music. We are on Amazon Music. We are on everything, and we're gonna still be on YouTube.
Everything, all of it. Yes, all shit proceeds as normal, but with additional platforms.
Yes.
And I'm sure we will have more to say next episode, next go around.
Yes, I have no doubt. I mean, that's going to be 4 movies. There are 2 direct-to-video ones, which also look like we're going to have things to say about those direct-to-video ones.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, now I'm thinking about how we're going to have to watch 3 of those after the one very good movie. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's like if the minecart chase in Temple of Doom, where they're basically like riding through hell, had a brief interlude of like sunshine and blue skies, and then back to hell.
The
Thank you for
Lego movie
listening.
where he's
Oh,
falling down the pit and he lands right on the spike and it looks like he's gonna tilt into, the happy rainbow land, but then he goes and tilts the other way back into the spikes and lava direction. That was this
I
episode.
don't remember that. Yes, that we had a real we're finally we needed the respite, but now it's time to get back into the mines. Back into hell with you.
Oh,
Oh
bother.
boy. Oh bother. Oh bother. Oh, it's okay. It'll be okay. The real question is if America will be okay by the time we finish this podcast.
Oh.
But yes, thank you for listening, and stay tuned for Aladdin. The suffering returns.
All right. Thank you for listening. See ya.